Hello my scrapping friends, and welcome to my channel Creating Your Memories. I have another tutorial today to share with you all, and this is a new collection that I'll be using. The display that you can see in front of me now that was used with the National Scrapbooking Day materials, and that event is on now. If you wish to join the National Scrapbooking Day events that's happening around the world, around Australia and everywhere, just log on to the Creative Memories website and have a look and see if you can find an event near you. If you are in Australia, Queensland, up here near the sunny coast, I'm happy to help you all with that. So what I want to share with you is a display that I have done, and it is using the new Watering Can Water Maker cartridge. And as you can see that I've used that in a jumbo circle design, and I have used the National Scrapbooking Day event materials. The materials that I did use are these two items here, which is the National Scrapbooking Day accessory pack and the 2025 National Scrapbooking Day Bordered and Title Kit. So if you would like any of these products, you can contact your local advisor and see how you can earn this from them. These are exclusive to Creative Memories advisors. This pack here can be purchased if you buy the customer bundle, and that would be in there. So, and as I said, if you live locally to me and you wish to receive these items, just let me know and I can hook you up with that. So today, to make this design, the things that you would need is the Watering Can Border Maker cartridge, just the housing of your border maker system, a pair of scissors, so I'll be using my micro tip scissors, a pencil, a ruler. You would need your cutting mat. You would also need your jumbo circle and your blue blade. And today when I show you this, I'm just going to show you on a scrap piece of paper, because I have made a few of these to get the measurements correct. And as you can see on this one here, that was my practice of doing it, and I've just used the back of the cover sheet that comes with our paper packs. So to start off with, what you need to do is have your 13 by 13 inch cutting mat, and as I said, I'm just using that front piece of paper that's on our designer papers. I'm going to line up that 12 by 12 piece of paper or cardstock, whatever you could be using, on my 13 by 13 inch mat, and just making it even. Then I'm going to bring in my jumbo circle. Now what I want to do with my jumbo circle, especially if you want to use the outside of that's been cut out with the jumbo circle, you want to make it even. You don't have to use that outside. So to make that even on each end around, you can use your ruler and you can measure, and I think it's like a ½ inch on either side, or just over that ½ inch. So if you've got around about ½ inch on each side, you should be right. So now that I've got that lined up, I'm going to use my blue blade, and I'm going to be using the outside track. So I'm just going to put it in the joins, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut my circle out. So from this point, you want to close up your blade. You can remove the jumbo circle, we won't need that anymore, leaving the circle that you cut out placed on your 13 by 13 inch mat and taking the outside out. So from here, you want to get your pencil and your ruler. So if say that if you're using a piece of designer paper like I have on this one, and I wanted this side to be showing up, so when I cut this I had it upside down, because we want to rule lines on the opposite side so you can so you could do your cutting around. So I'm going to measure now. So we want to measure at our 6 points. So across and down. And then we want to measure at our 45-degree angles. And so you've got one on one side and one on the other. So now you want to get your border maker cartridge in your housing, and you want to find your center point. Now I found it easier to find my center point, and that is at the tip, just here, if I can get that right there, on the watering can spout. So I'm going to line that up with my line. So I'm just going to place it in, and I'm just going to line it up on the line, as you can see there. And then I will, now let's do that again. So I'm just going to line it up, putting a little bit of force on it, as you can see, and then I'm going to punch. And then I'm going to move to my second line and do exactly the same. And I'm going to continue that same process going around the complete of the jumbo circle. So just lining that watering can spout up with the lines that you've drawn as your centerpiece. So continuing around. And then last one. So from here, just going to clean up the scrap. Just getting rid of all that. So now from here, I want to bring back in my ruler and my pencil, and I want to use the inch part on it. So I'm going to measure from here to here, which is 2 1/4, 2 1/2. So from here to here is 2 1/2. So what you want to do is you want to center your ruler from that point to that point, and then mark a center at 1 1/4. And you want to do that all the way around. And this is going to make your watering can, I think it might be a jug actually. I don't think it's quite a watering can. I think it's like a jug. And you want to make that complete. Otherwise, if you don't, you know, like finding your center point, and if you try to just lining it up as you would with some of our border maker systems, that you can actually put it in like this and then punch again. But it doesn't line up properly, and it does not punch out the correct punching way of making that jug. So I found that it was a lot easier just to go around finding that center, which is 1 1/4, because you're just halving it. And you want to make that line big enough so you can see it when you put it into the punch, and you want to line that up again with the spout of that watering can. So I'm just going to continue around, just doing my markings. And this is my last one. So now I'm just going to bring in that punch again, and I'm going to place it in again, and I'm going to line that up with the end of the watering can, as you can see there, and then I'm going to punch. Sometimes when I've done this, you know, like you get like a nice complete balance. Some have been a little bit off, but I have just gone around and trimmed them to make them, you know, complete as a watering can. So I'm just going to continue around and do exactly the same thing. So just lining that pencil line up with the spout of that watering can, and then just punching around. So continuing around. So last one. So from here, this is where you want to bring in your micro tip scissors, and you just want to cut along just to tidy up that end. So I'm just going to go around and tidy up those ends. I just want to show you this one here. So just making a neat edge on. As you can see on this one here, it's a little bit off. So all I did was I just turned it on the reverse side and then just cut it on a slant. And it all still blends in. And you're still going to get that same effect with the watering cans. So you're just kneading up that edge. And it also depends on how you line up your punch and where you put that marking, because you've got to remember that you are cutting around in a circle. You're not actually cutting around in a straight line. So these ones are a little bit off, so I'm just going to go down and trim them. So I'm just going to tidy up this. Going to turn this one over and place it down on the darker cardstock, and as you can see, you've got a perfect circle with the watering can. And then what I did on this one was then I reversed it over so I didn't have the lines, so that was all facing down here, and then I just got my outer section and I used the opposite side, placed it on a piece of cardstock, and had that on the outside. And that's how I completed this one here. And then from the bottom here, all I did was I had that down, and I had that measured on the mat, and I used my pencil and the ruler, and I just lined it up at 2 inches. And then I drew a line, and then I just cut that off. So that way that I didn't have, you know, that excess down the bottom here, and I've used the bottom with to use as a little journaling space, and they will use with the write-on stickers. And then I used the embellishments that were out of the border and title kit, and I've just upped that. And then on this one, I probably would just put maybe one photo, one 4x6 photo, either vertical or the landscape. So that is the National Scrapbooking Day layout that I completed. So the other one that I have done is, just get rid of that, is this one here that I have half completed. So I've done the same process of making my circle with, you know, as we did here. I've done exactly the same thing there, and then I've placed it on the same color cardstock that I used to punch out my punching system with the jumbo circle, and then I've backed it on a bright white cardstock. Now what I did was then is that I laid down my circle, and then I, you know, had the jumbo circle and I placed it down here, just measuring it there. Then I took that off, and then I placed it just on the bright white cardstock before placing it on your backing cardstock, and then I cut out a circle using the green blade first, using the blue blade first from the inside track, and then using my red blade. And that is how I got this little white ring. And my backing paper on the back, I used the green blade with the inside track of the jumbo circle. And that way that I had, you know, the thin circle part there, it was just going to cover up that whole circle, so you're not going to see any edges or splits in between that. And then I just placed it down on my design watering can punch out. So that's how I completed this one. So as you can see by looking at both of these, they are completely different. So there's a number of different ways how you complete, you know, like this layout. So continuing this layout, and with this paper here, I've used the new spring collection, and in the spring collection you get your designer paper, so you can get some beautiful pastel Springtime Soiree designer paper, and then you've got your matte pack, your variety pack, you've got stickers, and then you have the layered borders, which also comes in this collection. So today that all I've used is the paper, designer paper, which is this one here. So this is the designer paper that I use, and on the reverse is the yellow. I'm not sure if I'm going to back my photos. I haven't decided, and the photos that I'm going to use today are these ones here of my granddaughter at kindy, and she's having water play, and just by chance she's using a watering can. So using that, and then finding a backing paper. I think I might back it, but I think it might need to be done on a brighter piece of paper. I'm just going to try this green to see if that works. No, I don't think I want the green. I'm just going to take all this paper out. So as you can see in this collection, it is a beautiful collection. So you have your neutral color, then you've got some nice pastel stripes, you've got your neutral blue and some flowers on the back, then you have your nice purples and gorgeous flower layout. This is the one that I used on mine. And then you have the green. I like that paper. And then the back with the lilies and the pansies. Then you've got the pink also with the flower completed on the back. And I think now, I might just place these aside. I think I might use the pink, because I think the pink will go with her hat. And I think that will look nice. So I'm going to use the pink, and my photos, they measure at, think this one's 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So then I'll do a 4x4 mat, and I think this one is 5.5 by 3 3/4. So I'm going to bring in my 12-inch trimmer. So I'm going to cut, so all this way. So I'm going to cut a 4 by 12. Oops. Cut all the way down. Mustn't have pressed hard enough. And then I'm going to cut a 4 by 4, which that will go with this small photo here. I don't like a great big matting on the outside of some of my photos, so I do only make it like 1/8 of an inch going around instead of that 1/4. So now that we have this one left, so now I want to cut that at 6. So bringing in my photos now, I think the pink, this one needs to be smaller, that's right, because we did only do that 5.5, so I need to cut 1/4 off the edge. So it actually should have been 5 3/4, not 6 inches. So now I'm just going to bring in my tape gun. I actually love the new tape gun. If you haven't used one of these before and you're wishing to try one, I will definitely give it a go. It's really good, and it saves time of changing the tape runner all the time, so I don't mind this. And it seems to be more control of using it than the small one. So I'm just going to mat these photos down quickly. I'm just going to even them around. And then we have this one here. So bringing back in that layout, just going to here, some tape on the back. And I also wanted to incorporate, you know, like using the stickers. I'm not going to use the variety mat or the layered borders, but I did want to use maybe that border there in my layout. So I'm just going to line this up. So I was thinking about something like this, just on the angle. I know some people don't like putting their photos on an angle, so you know, each to their own, that you could decide how you want your photos. I think I might have, I'm not sure if I want that one under or over the top. I like it like that, and then I figured that I could, using this and maybe going from one side to the top. So I'm just going to try and cut this in half. So I'm just going to cut it, oops, that wasn't good, in here. So then, okay, so I'm going to use these border strips, and I'm going to place my photos down here, and then I'm going to use one on this side, and then I was thinking of using the other one, I'm just going to neaten up this little edge. Making sure the flower's up the right way, and then have it coming out this side. Like that. And then I was thinking about, in the sticker sheet, I'm going to use this title here, Find Joy in the Little Things. I might stick that there. And then I don't think it needs too much embellishments, because you have got that design around and you don't want to, you know, like take away that edge. So I think the less the better. And then for my journaling, I think I might just write around the edge, or depending on how much, but yeah, I think I might do the journaling around the edge or just around the bottom of the watering can there. I think on this one, I think I might just use the daisy. Just going to see what that looks like. Maybe maybe on this side. I'll have it there. And I've actually raised this with some foam squares. These are the Creative Memories round ones that came out when they had that adhesive buffet. So I've got these round ones when that was on. Okay, so put my title on. So I don't like that. And then I think this is, I don't know if I can lift that. There. And I've got a couple of more other daisies here. I've got a rose. So I might raise that rose with a foam square. And have that here. Hang on a minute, let's just see. I'll put the other daisy there, and maybe have the rose. Hang on a minute. I think I might just put the daisy there. I don't think I might want to use the rose now, so I'm just going to put that foam square on the back of that. Where did I get that from? Here. Okay. So I think I'm done with my layout now. So as you can see, you know, like using the jumbo circle, and then using the new watering can cartridge, and using the jumbo circle and making a nice design. And then with my other one that you have, you know, me when I use the National Scrapbooking Day collection, which is the Advisor exclusive one. So as I said, if you want to get your hands on this exclusive National Scrapbooking Day, just get in contact with your advisor, and your advisor will be able to tell you what and how you can earn that pack. With National Scrapbooking Day events, they are all happening all around, so check the Creative Memories website under the events section and see the closest one near you, and you might be able to attend one of those and use these beautiful products with National Scrapbooking Day. If you're in my local area, I'm happy to help you also. And then you have the other layout that I made using the avocado cardstock, the bright white cardstock, and then just using the new spring collection and making a layout. So I hope you all enjoyed my tutorial today using the watering can border maker system. Don't forget to subscribe and like my channel. Until next time everyone, happy scrapping.